Well, hi, ladies. Hi, gents. It's been a busy day. I just got a text from Scotland. Our youngest daughter, Colleen, and her family have been traveling all over the British Isles. They've been pony trekking up in the Highlands in Scotland and having fun in London, and then they're on their way to Ireland. But meanwhile, there are 2 dogs who have been at home and 1 cat called Charlie. Now, the dogs have been shipped off to a very fancy doggy spa. And since they're together, and I think you all know about Coda, the Alaskan Husky, and Harley, the Golden Retriever, who are buddies to the end. Well, they're just having all the fun in the world. As long as they're together, they're okay in the spa. Harley does have a little bit of anxiety, but he's okay. And as long as Coda's with Harley, they're fine. She, I should say. Now, Charlie, the cat, on the other hand, is a recluse. Charlie decided to batch it in the house. And it was Nanny's job to check on Charlie every once in a while. Now, they do have a camera on Charlie's food, and they've left enough food for Charlie for a couple of days at a time, and Charlie does not appear every once in a while. However, little Shani, the youngest of the children, is missing Charlie, and Nanny's job today, early this morning, was to go up to the house and try and catch a video of Charlie if she would come out. So that's what I did. Now, there were some things that had to be done first. First, the alarm had to be shut off, which they can do from Scotland. And I don't know how that works, but that's so that the police don't arrive at the house when I enter the house. But as you know, we live on the property of our youngest daughter, Colleen, and her family in a 90-year-old little adobe cottage. And it's wonderful. So I don't have to walk too far up the hill to get to the big house. So I just returned from my trek. Now this involved, of course, Shamu wanted to come with me. So Shamu and I traversed a new sidewalk, which has not been quite completed. And I'm talking to you, I'm still here, I haven't tripped, but it was quite the job to get into the house. Shamu and I had to, have you ever heard the term, when we were kids, we used to walk on the sidewalks back east, and we used to run along singing the tune, "Step on a crack, you break your mother's back." Well, that's what I had to do up there. The flagstones have been laid on top of an old sidewalk, but they have not been grouted yet, so it was very precarious for Shamu and I not to step in the cracks, or I'd probably sprain my ankle. So I filmed Shamu and I trying to get to the front door. Now, the alarm was off, so in I went, and I took a couple of little videos trying to call Charlie out from her hiding place. Now, I did my usual sound that I do for Shamu, which is "Ma." Oh, Moosey does it. Say it again, Moosey. Ma. And Shamu and my other cat, Ghost, just come running. Well, when I do that for Charlie, she doesn't recognize that. What I had to do was I had to text Shannon real fast. Now, they're at the Edinburgh Castle today, or right now they're probably sleeping, but I said, "What's the sound you make to call Charlie?" And she said, "Oh, it's the kissy sound," which is... So I had to run through the house.
I can do that too.
Okay, Moosey. Good.
Better. I can do it better.
Well, I was up there about half an hour, went upstairs, went from room to room. No Charlie. I looked under beds all over the place. Now, I knew that Charlie was okay because the food that was left had definitely been going down, also water. And what I finally did was I went and I sat down in Brendan's room, because Shannon said, well, usually she hides in Brendan's room or my room. So I was quiet. I sat on the couch and I waited about 5 minutes, and I had my camera ready because Shani has been missing Charlie. She said, try and get a picture of her if she comes out, Nanny. So I had the camera ready, but I had just done a check. And all of a sudden, little Charlie came out from underneath right where I was sitting, and I managed to get it on video, and I caught the tail end of Charlie looking up at me and walking out the room. So I did get a video of Charlie. So that was my job for the day. Then I had to walk through the grape arbor and make sure that everything was watered and okay. I did take some pictures of that to show you the wonderful grapes hanging in this grape arbor that it runs all across the back of the house. So it was a fun day. I also went outside, picked a bunch more tomatoes, which I'm going to show you. So guess what we're having tonight for supper? And Moose is really excited, right, Moose? We are having tomato, well, he wants the BLT, so I have to cook some bacon. But I just love the fresh tomatoes on a sandwich with a little mayonnaise and butter, and that's it. But I also think we'll have some soup. Maybe I'll pick some soup up down at Amazon Fresh today. So that's what I've been doing today. In my gardening outfit, I think you've already seen the gardening outfits, and I took a little something outside, so you'll see these. So that's why I'm here. What else are we doing? Oh, I also filmed, a lot of you wanted to know what the cheese streams look like, wanted the recipe. The cheese streams that I used to have with my mom when we were having our little mother-daughter years in, I guess 70 years ago, as we used to sit in the TV room talking about dating and sex late at night. And so I did a video of making the cheese streams. So for those of you who want to know what these open face cheese streams are, you'll see that on this video too. This might be just a little quickie video that I might squeeze in between this and the next one. Okay, here we go. Now this is just like when we were kids. Step on a crack, break your mother's back. I'm almost there, I'm halfway there. Woohoo! That was a loose one. There. Made it to the front door. Now, the stoop has already been grouted. This is what it'll look like. And now I'm here. Mar, kitty. Oh, yes. Look how sweet he's gotten. We're going. Look at the beautiful kumquat tree here. Wow, I remember when that was 1 foot tall. Colleen loves kumquats. And here we are, ready to go into the Grape Walk. Right now, the grapes are out like crazy. Let's see if I can find any. Oh, there's some. Isn't this amazing? Look at these grapes. This is an arbor that goes all the way back. Have any of you ever considered painting rocks? What you do is you find rocks that are the shape of something you want to paint. Now, Colleen and the kids have been doing this for years and years when they go on trips, especially when they take the camper up into the redwood. Baskin Robbins. I love the candy bars. Here's a Coca-Cola can. I'm a little chilly. I think you ought to all start a rock collection and start having some fun. every time that I go to the tomato plants, I'm finding something more to pick. This is wonderful because we're getting the benefit of Colleen's tomato plants too. These are the tomato plants that came from those flea-sized seeds in Moosey's pizza garden kit. And I do have to transplant this beautiful red celosia. I'll do that today. So many things to do. The daylilies are blooming. They only come out when the sun comes out and then they close up. It's funny how the colors of the garden change. And over here are beautiful dark, deep red ones. Now yesterday there were more of them out and I see so many buds. They're not out yet this morning, but they're beautiful, aren't they? And of course the mums are still going. Well, poor St. Francis. He was knocked over again in the garden and he lost his head. But never fear, I can fix this. This is a shame. This has been knocked over so many times, but I know I can fix it. And I think I'm gonna glue it to the middle of the bird bath because that's happened too many times now. Ooh, are we gonna have some good tomato sandwiches? And look at that poblano pepper. Here's the setup. Put some foil on a cookie sheet. Take 4 pieces of bread. I particularly like the potato bread. And you butter them and you put the butter side down. And that's going to let them kind of get a little crispy on the other side. So then you have, next thing you will put on is the slices of tomatoes. And I will slice up that tomato. The onions should be sauteed. They're a little well done, but that'll be all right. Then goes the bacon. Then some garlic powder, and we definitely think that's a necessity. And of course, I always love my fresh ground pepper. And on top goes the cheese slice. And into the grill it goes. You could start off at low or high, lower it. It should only take, 2 minutes, if that. I've also buttered the tops of the bread because I do want them a little juicy. Sometimes I would put a little drizzle of olive oil on each one. You don't want them too dry, but I've buttered them and I think that should be fine. Buttered side up also, and tomatoes on. Ground pepper and garlic salt, or no, garlic powder on next. Now goes the onions. Now ready for the broiling in the oven. And they're open face. There you have it. 4 open-faced my mother's cheese dreams. Look at those. Now see, they're just lightly toasted and they should be nice and moist and everything should be cooked. Bon appetit. Enjoy your comfort food. That was about 3.5 to 4 minutes in the broiler. And it started off on low and then the last minute on high. So we like to eat these whole, lift them up, probably maybe cut them in half, or you could cut pieces up, but what are you doing up there? What are you doing? Hello? Yes. Oh, yes. Did you have a good lunch? Yes, we're going. Well, I think that concludes our little escapade for the day. It's just a fun little video. And doing the simple things in life is about what it's all about these days. We're grateful that Moosey is over COVID, that we can perhaps start doing some things again. I'm ready to get out, see all the kids again. So Charlie is safe, Shani is happy. They'll all be home soon. And I just wanted to send you a little video just to be a little different from contouring and makeup and nails, which aren't on yet. No new nails for a while. So we're about ready to have our tomato sandwiches and some soup. I think that's what we've decided to do. We're going to be eating a lot of tomatoes for the next couple of weeks, that's for sure. So thank you for watching this little video in between. I thought I'd just kind of sneak one in. I hope you enjoyed it. And until we see you on the weekend, I love you all. Don't forget to subscribe, those of you who haven't subscribed yet. I'd love it if you would. Bye for now. God bless us all.